So number one law is the law of financial intelligence. The law of financial intelligence. If you know better, you will do better. A lot of people are educated, but they don't have financial education. Because if you're going to become successful, there are 5 kinds of education you need to have. You need spiritual education, you need personal education, you need marketplace education, you need academic education, and you need financial education. Now, when I say academic education, a lot of people say education is a scam. Education is a scam. No, education is not a scam. The curriculum is the scam. You need education. Because education will do 4 things. It will help you to read. Number 2, it will help you to write. Number 3, it will help you to do calculation, arithmetic and mathematics. It will help you to be able to think analytically. It also, but you need financial education. So the first law of wealth creation is the law of financial education, law of financial intelligence. You need to understand money. What is money? How do I make it? How do I manage it? How do I multiply it? What is compound interest? What is, so you understand money. That's number 1. Number 2, the second law is the law of delayed gratification. The law of delayed gratification. You cannot eat with 10 fingers. You cannot eat everything. If you spend everything you have now, you are a fool. So you cannot eat everything now and expect to have a future. So number 1 is the law of financial intelligence. Number 2 is the law of delayed gratification. Every money you are making now, a portion of that money belongs to your future. So you need to push it into the future. Number 3 is the law of savings. The law of savings. You need to save. If you don't save, you are not safe. What you save today will save you tomorrow. I did a series last year. It's on my YouTube channel at Dr. Olumide Emmanuel on YouTube. How to develop a savings culture, part 1 to 5. Because if you don't save money, there's no way. You see, savings is not an investment, but savings is required for investment. Because savings help you to set money aside for investment. So there are many reasons why you save. One of them is so that you can have money to invest. Another reason why you save is so that you can have what we call a safety net. Because in the world of financial intelligence, we tell people you need to have between 6 to 8 months of your living expenses saved up in cash. So that when eventualities come, you have money to take care of yourself while you are transiting a season, or to maximize opportunities when they come. So the 4th law is the law of investment. The law of investment. As you save, savings is not an investment, but you now need that money that you have saved to now put into an investment. So when you now invest, So savings is setting money aside for a purpose. Investing is sending money on assignment for a return. You are investing, you are sending money on an assignment for that money to now bring a return to you. Then number 5 will be the law of multiple streams. So the 5th law of wealth creation is the law of multiple streams. So you don't just invest, you create multiple streams and multiple sources of income so that money is coming in different dimensions. And under multiple streams, there are 5 dimensions. So you need to have multiple streams across geography. If all your money is in Kano and there is battle in Kano, you are finished. There are people that suffered during the time. All their money was in Kano. All their money was in Kaduna. One riot, they are finished. There are people that had money in Ife, Modakeke. All their investment was in Ife. They became poor because they had money in one geography. If all your investment is in Ukraine, you are finished by now. So you have multiple streams across geography. Number 2, you need to have multiple streams across industry. If all your money is in one industry, you are in trouble. All those that had investment in entertainment alone, they became poor during COVID. All their hotels were shut down. Their event center could not work. They could not rent equipment. They couldn't go for comedy show. They could not go and sing anywhere. Nobody was inviting them. All they had was in one industry and one sector. They suffered. You need to have multiple. Number 3, you need to have multiple streams across currency. If all your income is in Naira, you are a poor man. If I gather your 1 billion now and I change it to pounds, you are no more a billionaire. So you need to have money, multiple streams. You should be making money in dollars, in pounds, in Naira, in different currencies. And then you need to have multiple streams of income across realms. If all your income is in this world and there's nothing in the afterlife for you, you are living a miserable life. For what shall they profit against the whole world and lose the soul? Because everything you're doing now, if you are not impacting the lives of people, if you are not paying school fees for people, giving people scholarship, helping the widow, transforming the lives of the poor, if you are not living a legacy that transcends this natural world, everything you have will end. The day you die, 6 feet, you are finished. You arrive on the other side as a poor man and cry like Lazarus. A vehicle is a means of transportation from point A to point B. Where you are right now is your present financial position. Where you desire to be financially is your desired financial destination. Between your present financial position and your desired financial destination, there's a gap. That's what we call the wealth gap. So your wealth gap and my wealth gap can never be the same, because nobody will be on the same level. Even twins are not on the same level. So there's nobody that is your classmate. They can be in the same class with you. Nobody is your classmate. You are in the class all by yourself. Because we may be age mates, we are not grace mates. We may be classmates, we are not opportunity mates. There are many things that we see. So the distance between point A, your present financial position, and point B, your desired financial destination, is that wealth gap. To take you from point A to point B, you need a vehicle. Many people use paid employment to try to move from point A to point B, but it doesn't work because it takes a lifetime. So you work for 35 years and you finish working. By the time you finish, they pay you, depending on the sector, between 2 million to 100 million. So you want to make 100 million after 35 years when you can make 100 million in one good deal. You want to make 5 million after 35 years when you can make 35 million in one good deal. So instead of using paid employment, because if you are using paid employment, you are like somebody that is trekking. Somebody that is, if you can trek or walk from Lagos to Abuja. Somebody did it for, say, Baba, and regretted it. Another one has done it for Akiwaju and is already having a rethink. So you can trek from Lagos to Abuja. Somebody else can drive from Lagos to Abuja, but somebody else can fly from Lagos to Abuja. The person flying will get there first, not because he's more intelligent, not because he's better, not because he's holier, not because there are no witches in his village, but because he used the right kind of vehicle. Trekking may never arrive depending on being on the road and the bandit on the road. The person driving may get there after many hours or a day. So when it comes to vehicles, paid employment is trekking. But I have many of the vehicles that I want, but because we are talking to you, number one will be entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. Start your own business. Have a business you are involved in that is offering products and services, that is solving problems and meeting needs and offering value, because money flow in exchange for value. So when you own a business of your own, you can grow that business, take it public, exit it, and relax, and other people run it, and you continue to enjoy life. Number two will be for you to go into investment. You don't need to own all, you can own a part of the business. So it's better to own 10% of a billion than 100% of 1,000. So you can be an investor in other people's businesses. Imagine now, Flutterwave, Paystack, Zoom. Imagine that somebody invested, you know what happened with even Ebony Life, those that started at the initial place with that little money, when we went to Calabar, and people that cashed out when the whole thing blew up to globe. So there are people that can invest little, and you can be a part owner of different businesses. That becomes a vehicle. So there are people today that are investors. You know Jeff Bezos today, you know Mark Zuckerberg, but there are people that you don't know that are making more money. They own 10%, they own 5%, and they are just sitting at home enjoying their return. And then number three is real estate, which is the patapata of them all. Because real estate is the only vehicle of wealth creation that is also a vehicle of wealth retention. It not only helps you to create, it helps you to retain. And over 96% of rich and wealthy people on earth, their wealth is stored up, not in cash, but in real estate. So those are the top three vehicles that people need. And with that, with time, you will always be good. One of the things you need to set when it comes to wealth sustenance is, why do you want to be wealthy? Because it begins with the purpose for the wealth. You see, a lot of people start out in life with survivor mentality. They just want to do business. Let me just make money to take care of myself, take care of my children. If survivor mentality is the reason why you went into business, is the reason why you are pursuing wealth creation, you cannot sustain the wealth. So let's go to the roots. Survivor mentality cannot build a transgenerational business. Survivor mentality cannot build sustainable legacy. Because once you have survivor mentality as the catalyst that moved you into the whole thing, when you finally have money, the drive, the vision to go on will no more be there, because you will just settle. And once you settle, the engine will knock and things will begin to fall apart. That is why we don't have a lot of third generation businesses and third generation wealthy, because the first generation is always a generating generation. They are pioneers, they generate. But you see, the second generation will now come and enjoy what the first generation generated. They end up becoming a maintenance generation, Oh, let's maintain what their mommy has done. Oh, let's not destroy what they did. Oh, they come up with all this kind of formula. But you see, the third generation did not know how the wealth came. They were born into wealth. They are probably born abroad. They have foreign passport. They have dual citizenship. They went to private school. They don't know what is Molue. They don't know BRT. They don't know Okada. They don't know Korokwe. They don't know tricycle. Driver is driving them everywhere. They don't know how to cook. There's gateman. There's cook. There's gardener. So those third generation, they are always an entitled generation. And by the time you get to that third generation, the wealth dies. That is why by the time the third generation gets there, they don't even know how the wealth was created in the first place. So they can't maintain what they did not create. So to sustain wealth, we have to start from that internal aspect. Don't go into business because you want to survive. Don't build wealth because you want to survive. Build wealth because you want to make impact and leave a legacy in the world. You want to do something that will outlive you. When that is your mindset, you are not doing business because of your children. Because a lot of people now are beginning to realize all this. I don't want my children to suffer what I suffer. I don't want my children. We have raised useless children. We have raised lazy children. We have raised dependent children. We have raised disabled adults. We have raised entitled children that are now using the house we built to smoke Igbo. They are now selling they are selling your businesses now to take cocaine and to go and do nightclub and to do runs. Because they don't know. I've raised them without any tenacity, without any value, without any structure in their life. So many people that are saying I'm doing business so that I can hand over to my children, foul. Your children are not the reason why you should be doing business, because they may not be interested. If I tell you of my mentees now, millionaires that are frustrated, they have sent their children abroad for better life. The children are not returning. Now the company is there, the business is there, the children are not interested. Nobody to hand over to. Why? Because they started it because of this mindset of me and my family. And that's Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates. They are not doing it for family. That's why they are going to sustain it. So we need to settle that one first. So build the business for legacy, for impact, for sustainability. And once that becomes your mindset, the next thing that will help you is system and structure. Put system and structure in place where people don't run your business by biology. They run your business by capacity and competence. So that you have a son does not mean your son must run your business if he doesn't have the brain and the capacity to handle it. That your son is your first son and is your third girl, your third child that is a girl that has the capacity, does not mean you say because she's a girl you won't hand it over to the girl. Because men are not better than women, women are not better than men. We are only different from each other. There is no, we are of equal value and equal excellence in God. So once you understand system and structure, you can now put, the right people in the place to run the business. Because once you have corporate governance, you have the right, compliance, system and structure, the business can run without you. And you can hand it over to a trust and they can run it. And then it becomes a business that runs even after you die. So we can go on and on. But you see, many of these things that we're saying now, they are free. And when people don't pay, they don't pay attention.